it would be a great start for me to just do a video from here. I know it's gonna be a bit blurry. I hope you're okay with that, because I think the most important part was for me to just explain my sharings. I think that's the most important part. Well, okay. So recently, I have been going through, I think, more like life-changing um, situations, which I try to process things when something is going wrong, you know. So what happened um, I think the most important part that are very really affecting myself is when some people are assuming me as a person, you know, like I do hate it. Like, of course, I feel very disappointed with that. And it's always come from a person who we didn't really expect. You know, like someone who's new, and um, that makes a very hard situation for me to socialize. So that's why I always try to isolate a little bit more and try to heal part myself now that they have interrupted my peace. So yeah, because of my because of my experience on my past, I know what it is to handle stuffs in any situations. So okay, let me just talk about it. Like from that situation, yes, I am really angry and I can't do anything about it, because at some point, if they judge me, I also can say that I'm sorry for them, because I know they're not coming from a great place. So, yeah, I wanted to share about like my stories in the past where it has makes me a bit like growing up. I think I am matured in my life right now, say. And the thing is about relationships wise, story wise, it's about relationship, yes. Um, my first relationship was so abusive that I don't want to remember how, you know, like traditionally, like women can just ask anything they wanted to. But yes, it's not gonna happen. I don't know how to say. I'm just feeling shame of that story. Where, to be honest, uh, I am not a cheater. I would say I was just exploring relationships. I had casual datings on and off with other people's, and for some reason, there's a guy coming up to me and would wanted to take it serious. I think during the time that I was my age was during the times 20 years old, or maybe 19. I don't know. I was super young, and I have no idea I would be able in a situation where I need to commit myself. And this person's asked me um, to follow what he thinks is the best for me. And during that point of life, and I was just like, you know, I don't want this. I don't want this to happen at all. Mm. I wanted to break up, uh, you know, like completely break away from this relationship, because I think it's so, so not good, so not right. Because um, I just completely don't like, I don't like him as a person. He is not my type. Yes, and he's also do things, saying things that I understand that it's not right, And but why do I have to follow these things? This is absolutely insane. Like religiously, like you can't do this. Like you cannot um have something before marriage, but we did. And I think this is absolutely out of control. So I stopped it anyway, because I know it's not right. Um, whatever I I do it, like casual dating is absolutely correct, like absolutely okay. But these things out of religious, this is not correct. And then correct, correct. And after that, uh, that relationship was just like 1 year after, and then I had to travel to another country, and I met a guy who I find I find him attractive. He is quite average. I like average guy. Also very mysterious. And I started to want him more. But what happened is, it was a long distance relationship because I'm back to my country. And what happened is, he convinced me to have a to like him at least. And then I started to like him. And at one point, when I already like him, and I think it's already 1 year. I'm not sure it's 1 year or more. I don't know, but it was like not real exclusive. So what happened is he also convinced me to break the relationships, and I was like, "Phew, what's going on? Like I didn't do anything wrong, you know?" And I was like, I was just wanted this to make it happen. And I have planned to come to his country. Maybe we can settle down together. And he said no. And he literally like changed the way that he changed his way. Everything's changing. Like he even talked to me aggressively, like saying no. He is like totally the whole different persons. So that is my experiences, and I was like, damn. Um, I think I find the situation quite familiar to my previous situations, and I started to feel very, very hopeless. Not even before, but throughout the day, throughout the time, because when I see him, I remember that I was this person who just don't like the person and they want to break it off. And for some reason, they just don't want to explain why. They just don't want to make it work. And it sucks. It sucks. Really, it sucks. Deeply, very sucks. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's where relationship wise, I just not interested at all, because I know what's relationships mean. For me, people change the whole time, and people are very temporary in your life. Sometimes they're not into you, sometimes they're into you, and they can change quite drastically. And the reality of itself, even you are married or even you're not married, even you're in like fun, casual kind of dating, it would also be the same. People get attracted to other people all the time, and this happen, you know, in everyday life, whenever you meet people, you find that you adore them and stuff. And I find it realistically like, what is going on? Like, I don't want to be that way. I think it's better that I just be alone and knowing the reality is, and I just kept it to myself that the reality is, this is how the reality is, and people just ignore it. And I think millions of people ignore it. And am I just the person who see things this way? Phew. And you know, the reality things is to find it reality that people are even thinking that I am absolutely broken, which is not at all. I am having the knowledge of what is the reality of dating, relationships, marriage, everything. And I am who I am. I am not the person you say it was, or even the person you say it is. It is not. And I'm not the person that you think I should do. I can do whatever I want, even though if you, whatever it is, yeah, you don't like it, that's your fault. No, sorry, that is your problem. So that's all I wanted to say. And yes, I felt very hopeless, but in a way, I find hope in knowing the reality is, and I don't want to be not myself at all. So, truth it is there, and there you go.